Hello.
Hey guys.
Just to let you know, there is a little bit of a delay on Instagram and TikTok, so we're a few seconds ahead. I think TikTok is about. I just did a timer. So I'm looking at this on TikTok right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then this is what it looks like on Instagram. So, yeah, that's what I was saying because I think you have to go live on the laptop because it made me go live. Like I had to actually initiate the live to make sure the stream key matched up.
Okay, so it's not popping up on mine.
Let me double check. Let's say because if we need to step out and do it again, we can. Let's see. It's not a big deal. I don't think it is. I had to actually
Okay,
initiate the live
I
to make
see
sure
my
the
live on
stream key
Facebook.
matched up. Because if we need to step out and do it again. No, it's not because it would be your little circle would be red. I think.
On Instagram it's not.
Um, but we are streaming. You can see if you click on top of the page, it should show you what's streaming in the right hand corner of the app of Restream.
Hmm.
You want to start over and get yours linked?
Yeah, let me get my laptop.
Huh?
Yeah, let me get my laptop.
Can't hear you. Your sound. Uh oh.
Hear
You
me now?
there? Uh-uh.
Oh, all right.
Oh no! What happened to your sound? All right, just bear with us, folks. We're just trying a new platform of streaming to multiple platforms. So give us one moment. Can you hear me, Alexis?
Yes, I can.
Okay, there we are. All right. Let's see now.
Okay.
All right. All right. We got. All right. Let's see if she comes back in. Thank you for doing that on live. Appreciate you. Okay, so I see your Facebook is connected. I can see that.
Yeah, I see that. I'm trying to see if TikTok here. Okay, yeah, I'm connected on TikTok.
Okay. So that one you'll have to just watch. Like, for some reason, all the chats don't come in, so you'll have to keep your phone up for that.
Okay.
So I hope she doesn't have any issues getting back in. It takes a little bit anyway for it to be pushed out and everything, so it's really not that big of a deal. And if people can't give us a couple minutes to get situated, then I don't know what to tell them. I was supposed to say if you need help. I swear my brain is moving too fast right now.
How do you watch your live on TikTok?
I just go to I have multiple. You can like if you have multiple accounts, right?
Hmm.
So you just log into your other account. So I'm using my dog's account. I think I don't remember what account I'm in right now. And I'm enrolling with the sisters TikTok right now and just using
Okay, that's
that.
how you can see it.
Yeah,
I can
if
see
you need that, then I can get out of that and you can get in it. you need to.
Okay. I gotta see how.
So we're gonna get started here, folks. It's rolling with the sisters live. We're just making sure we get everything together. We're waiting for our other sister.
Let's go.
Yes.
This about to sound real funny, but I don't even know how to sign into another account.
Oh Lord. Do you have the rolling with my sister's account on your TikTok?
I haven't signed into it yet. So what I do, like just switch?
Yeah, you'll have to switch. You can just switch. Let me switch out of this one and get into one of my other ones.
Send me a message or the login stuff again. Somebody said hi.
Hi. Uh,
We are
it's.
coming, you guys.
I hope she's. I know it's a little confusing, trying to do all of this like this, but I
I think
figured,
so.
huh?
Okay, let's see. Excuse me.
Do you still need the login information?
Yes.
I gotta find it. So I know it's. Let me check. I know she. Oh, her Wi-Fi. That's the other downside about RV life is having
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. That's why I mean people don't like talking about the person, but I will definitely stand by that person we don't mention, the Musk guy, because
Hmm.
he has a good product. I will say that.
The
The,
Starlink.
yeah, it
That's the
does what
one.
it needs to do. That's all I can say. It does what it needs to do. All right, I'm gonna see.
Most definitely looking into that one.
Yeah, and before you do, let me know so I can give you my code so you can get your first month free. So that's what I was asking if you guys had any affiliate links or anything like that you wanted to share. There she
Not yet.
is.
But it was not connecting.
Oh, I know it's like that's the only thing it does pull a little bit more of internet. So, were you able to? Are you on your laptop? Or are you still on your phone?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on my laptop
Yeah,
now.
I can hear you. Okay, so when you go to the top, you have to click Instagram. Like when you go to where it shows you your connected services, and
Yeah.
then you'll hit where it says add or edit. Go to Instagram, view on Instagram, and it's gonna bring up that box that's gonna sit go live. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where your stream key is gonna be, and then you'll see everything. You should be able to go live from there. So it's not like a
Gotcha. You're
direct live. It just helps. We
Who
facilitate it.
signed?
yeah.
Anybody signed into the email that's asking me for a code? I haven't signed into it.
Okay, give me a second. I will text it for you.
Create live video, I guess.
Just bear with us, folks. We are going to get into tonight's episode. We are just getting set up. Um, I'm going to put it in the private chat,
Okay.
Alexis. Hello, hello. Give us just one moment. We are having technical difficulties that we have to iron out.
Yes.
There we go. Now we have everybody's information. Alrighty. Did it work for you?
Yes.
Huh. It says streaming, but
You got to give it a second.
no.
It usually takes a second to show up. Let me get out of it and come back in. Yeah, like I said, it's a delay. It's definitely a delay. Does your screen look like this on your Instagram? On your live? I mean, on your laptop? If you go to your Instagram on your laptop? As long as it says
I
live
can't
video.
get this thing off of my
Huh?
This thing was the screen, so I can. You're holding up.
Oh, do you mean hold it back up again? So this is just showing what the live
It's
view
like,
looks like
oh,
from my
there it is.
Instagram.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Go to my Instagram.
Let me check our YouTube. I gotta check all these things to make sure it works. Yeah, we're on our YouTube. Our YouTube is definitely on. It shows in our little eyeball. So we have, for some reason, only Facebook and Instagram. I mean, Facebook and YouTube directly links to here. Everything else is uh, separate. So you have like TikTok and Instagram. You have to check individually. So I don't know why it's like that, but that's how it is. But I'm showing on our end. We have. I can tell you how many channels we have right now. We have your YouTube Camp Couture. There's Instagram. Yep, your Instagram is showing,
Oh, good.
and the
Okay.
Wells Family TikTok and your Facebook. So that's everything that we have streaming. So we have 5 streams going out right now, not including these, not including this one.
Thanks to Amber getting us tech savvy.
I
Most
tried.
definitely confused.
Like I said, I feel like we have something special here that I feel like so many people, once we get it solid and get the kinks out, I think we have an amazing way to build a sisterhood.
Yes.
People are already wanting to do. Did you get the email, the code, Alexis?
Yes, I'm in it.
Okay, good. I think there's already people in our Facebook group already wanting to. Hey, let's do a meetup. I'm like, oh, okay. We're still new.
Ooh, yay.
We haven't gotten that far yet, but yes, that's definitely a plan. So, real quick, welcome to Rolling with My Sisters. I hope you guys have something nice to sip on, and it don't have to be wine. It could be orange juice. It could be water, but just something to vibe with us. And we're glad that you're here with us. So, we're gonna start off with introductions. So. I'm going to go ahead and go first, and then I'm going to pass the mic to Miss Alexis because she's the shy one of the group. We're going to get her out of her shyness.
Let's go drinking.
There you go. There you go. Get a little bit of liquid courage.
A little bit.
So I'm Amber. I make up 1/3 of the Veteran Nomads with my husband and my dog, Riri. And we've been RVing for 2 years now, officially this month. And we are empty nesters. All of our kids are officially adults. So we decided to make this jump now after my husband did 20 years in the Air Force. I'm a former truck driver. And so we wanted just to try RV life. And that's where we are. So.
Okay. Well, I'm Alexis. I am the family part of this group. I have 2 sons, and it's me and my husband, and I have a pet Yorkie. So we packed up a good hill, not that much though, not too much. We started our journey now. It's 3 months, so we are fresh and new, and we are still learning. But on the family portion and how to live with nothing but boys, because I'm the only girl, I can help y'all out with those tricks and tips because baby, it's a handful. Earlier, my 2-year-old locked herself in the restroom, so I'm a girl.
That's life when you have little ones. You gotta be on your toes.
Have to.
All right.
And I'm Camp Couture. I'm the solo traveler of the group, or stationary solo traveler. I'm by myself, me and my dog. Me and my dog Merlot. And so my whole brand is romanticizing the camping experience. So I have a 9 to 5. I love camping. I love the outdoors. So my page is about balancing the two.
Awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, I love the fact that we have a good variety of a mix of full timers. I feel like maybe eventually we need to get a sister that's a part timer or a seasonal or
Yeah.
weekender,
Yeah.
because that's a whole different aspect. As if you aren't a part of our group, please join our Facebook group. We'll get into more of that in a little bit. Um, but the purpose of the group, Alexis, you want to go ahead and talk about the purpose of the group because it was your brainchild.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
told
Okay. So I just wanted to get some ladies together, um, kind of more on, black side of the whatever you want to call it. But that's the kind of ladies I want to get together because it's not normalized in the black community of RV life. So I wanted to get with some ladies, these ladies especially, because they've been doing it longer than me as well, and we all got different styles of how we do it. So it's for us to reach out to other women and help them and organize, come together, talk about life, give examples of like different stuff we can do as well, maybe some meetups in the future, but the group is just for us to have a safe place basically where we can all talk to each other and give out advice.
that is awesome. Okay, so that's a new issue we're going to see. So because of the orientation, it's in landscape. So Instagram only does portrait. So our faces are cut off.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, we'll have to we'll have to
Fix that
address
one.
that. We can't fix it in while we're live, unfortunately. So hop over onto our YouTube, TikToks. Everything is in our YouTube bio for Rolling with My Sisters. To catch the landscape version. I apologize about that.
Hey,
If
no.
my mod sister, if you could please put that in the comment for us to go to our YouTube page. Um, and let's see here. I appreciate that so much. So, real quick, while she is stepping away, one of the reasons I wanted to be a part of this group was, like she said, is because it's not normalized in the Black community, and I feel like it is almost like it's a bad thing, a negative thing. It's not celebrated. It's not understood. It's made it seem like it's just like, you're down on hard times and you have to live in an RV, and it's like, no, there's people that may have to do that, but then there's people that choose that lifestyle because, hey, we want to travel, we want to explore, we want to, not do the normal 9 to 5 stuff. So I I I kind of feel like sometimes if we're not talking about it and making it more for people that look like us to be comfortable and have a safe space to really express how they feel, because I feel like if even people that don't look like us, they have their own issues they deal with it, like Black people and other people of other races have their own issues, but I think that we can talk to them about it and they might not understand it, because most times if you talk to people from other races, they have done this lifestyles in their growing up with their families, so they don't understand the whole RV, what your family does. I mean, now they're granted there are some, but it's not as normalized as it is in the Black community, and I feel like we need to I feel like representation matters, and just representation, being having a safe space, because that's one of the topics we're going to talk about in tonight's live, are sundown towns. So that's important to be able to feel safe wherever we go. It's sad that we're in 2025 and we still have to worry about
Yep.
where are we going to be safe. You know what I mean? And that was one of the topics that came up in our group. So like I said, that's another reason why you need to join our Facebook group, because that gives you a chance to get in there and get some topics, get some one-on-one time with us, and just kind of really get to know us, and we throw around ideas, and we have a whole bunch of fun over there. It is just starting, so please bear with us. We are growing. This is all new. We literally threw this together in literally like a span of about 3 weeks. But hey,
Yeah,
I say we're doing pretty good. We have all socials. We have Rolling with My Sisters on all socials.
I think so
We
too.
are
And
doing, yeah.
yeah, and we have the group page, which is I know it's not Rolling with My Sisters because it wouldn't let me do that. Black Sisters Rolling.
Like Sister
So
Rolling.
yeah, so that's our Facebook group. Now I don't want it to become like a racial thing. It's definitely not a racial thing. I
Yeah,
just have to preface this. If you want to join our group and you're not black, that's fine. That does say that in the
we'll make it awkward. Just join.
yeah, it is one. It does say that as a requirement to join the group. That's not. That's more so to keep the men out. We want this a safe space for women, but it was more
Women.
so for like women that are very shy about communicating in an open space with our viewers. I mean, Alexis, so
Mhm.
that's what that was for. So don't feel like, oh, you're not accepted, you're not wanted. We want we do welcome everybody. It's just a safe space for Black women to talk about. Hey, I gotta wash my daughter's hair in the sink. Hey, I got to. Alexis had a beautiful video about doing her hair.
Yes.
That's stuff that you can't just really post this everywhere, and everybody's like, "What are you doing? You put
Why
mayonnaise?"
are you
What are
doing
you
it?
talking
I've
about?
You
actually
wash your
had some
hair in the sink?
right,
If you know, you
right,
know.
exactly. So that's what this group is for, and we love everybody, and we just want to feel welcome, just like we want to welcome everybody. So this is not just for Black women. This is just a safe space for Black women that are in the RV community, primarily those that are solo, because it is intimidating and scary out here. And I don't know how Camp Couture does it. She does it, and we're gonna definitely talk more about
Tell me if you want to.
right. So real quick, the next thing is real quick. I'm gonna throw up a couple of our I'm gonna put our some of our socials up just so you can, if you have a phone, you need a screenshot, and
Look
that's
at you.
Amber is on it. Look at this. She's so tech savvy.
that's for the veteran nomads. That takes you to takes to Camp Couture. This takes all to Instagram pages, which is leads to all the other socials, to our TikToks and our YouTubes. Not everybody has TikTok. Not everybody has so this one I feel like is more for everybody. And then if you really want to get funky and you really want to know what's going on in the world with us, we also have our, let's see, our YouTube. Where is it at?
Hey,
She is killing
Here
this.
you've been busy.
oh, that's what I've been doing for the last hour, trying to get this together. So this is
Oh my god. I feel like we on TV. Stop.
Click the links, y'all. Take pictures of them. Come on, follow. If we
yes.
get big, we probably even do some giveaways. Like, come on, come
Oh
on.
yes, we
Oh
definitely want to do
yes.
some giveaways for sure. We want to do giveaways. We want to.
All mine might be orange, but still. I'm sorry.
I know I should have put orange. I was just thinking of gold because like I was just feeling like today was a gold day. I don't know. We
It
need to have a
is. We
color
love
of
it.
the
We love
week, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, we can do that. I like
it.
that.
So this is just I'll put that back up again later on throughout the live. But so we already went into our purpose. So the next thing I want to talk about is our first topic, which is, who wants to take that topic? Well, how do we get approved for RV financing? That was one of the questions or topics that someone talked about in our group. So that is a very big deal. I guess we can talk about ours because we made a mistake our first time around. Number one, we went to the wrong RV dealership. And if anybody is familiar with one major chain, I don't have to say too much. I don't want to say anything because I don't want any, knocks from a lawyer on the door. But let's just say we lived and learned, and we loved our first RV. It wasn't for us, but we did finance. Most dealerships want 10% down, and they want at least a 600 credit score. So if your RV is going to be 25,000, which our first one was, we had to put a whopping 5,000 down. So be prepared for that. You can negotiate, and that was for brand new. It's a little bit easier to get in used, but it's not like financing a car,
Right.
but it's also not financing a home. It's like a mixture of both. It's like it really is. It's like a mixture of both. So
You
Did
want to
you
know
want to talk
something?
about?
They told us at the dealership it was actually harder to get used than new. They got us approved for new faster than they did us for used,
Who's wrong
which
Really?
with
is
it?
yeah.
Who's wrong
I
with
was
it? That's what I want to know.
I was like, that's opposite. Like, it's backwards. I feel like it should have been the other way around because we got
Yeah.
approved for the brand new 2025, and they was like, no, we're not about to give y'all that much money
Hmm.
because it was something that we really didn't like. Like, we liked it certain things, but it didn't have the stuff that checked off our list. So it was like,
Mm,
no, we're gonna keep looking, and we finally saw when they came in. A family was getting something bigger. And we saw this one, we was like, oh, okay, can we go ahead and get that one? And since we did the deal at the show, which is a good thing too, y'all. So go to RV shows. If you can lock in with a price at an RV show, that's the best prices you're gonna get in that time because they drop the prices a lot.
There you
And
go.
but if you go to the shop and get it and it's brand new, it's gonna be higher. So we locked in with the price at the show, and the price that we locked in at the show was also if we wanted to find something else on their lot. So they gave us a really good deal for our first one. Well, for our
That-
only one.
that is a good deal. That's a
yeah,
really good deal.
really good. And then you get to see it in person too. That's nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is really nice. And I would say the financing process, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but don't feel pressure. Don't feel rushed because this is something that you have to choose to live in. And also, don't make the decision. It was my fault. I take 100% of the blame. Do not buy strictly based off of what you see online.
Oh
Hmm.
yes.
I went and found one. I was like, babe, I told my husband, I said, babe, this is it. This is one that's perfect for us. We're going to get it. It fits our
Yeah.
towing capacity. We had a different vehicle at the time. And then we ended up still taking it, but later on we realized, hey, it's too small for our needs. I was impatient, I was impulsive, and I was excited. I was like, "Ooh, my husband's agreeing to do the RV life. Let's just do it. Let's just do it." Before he says no.
Hmm.
So that's where that was. So I would definitely say, do you have any other advice for financing? Because I know Camp Patrol, you
Mm,
did yours a little different, so we can talk about that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I
um,
and with the finance part, I looked at one destination trailer actually, just to kind of
Ooh,
see like what I would like and walking and touring and stuff. And I also went to the place that shall not be named, only because it was close to me and I wanted to go
yeah,
visit one. I had no intention of purchasing that day. It was just I
right.
want to go see one in person, and I have some on my page too of the ones that I toured that I fell in love with. Forest River, of course, because I just love their floor plans.
Yes.
But it was a really nice destination trailer, and that was my first time walking through a process of like getting finance and what was needed and all of that. And then also like for my age, like said I would need a cosigner, and I looked at him like I've never had that in my life. So what do
yeah.
you mean? What are you talking about? So like yeah, so listening to you guys talk about the financing thing is helpful because eventually I do want a newer one. If that you said when you said mentioned you got approved for a newer one versus used, I found that interesting because I would want to use one so that I
Hmm.
don't pay as much. Like with this one, I paid $500 and maybe did maybe 2,000 in renovations. So if the next one I get, I do have a list of things that I want in the next one, but I want it old enough to where I don't feel as bad for ripping it apart because
But
I
see,
know I'm gonna want my own thing on it.
No, because
right.
I
But
saw
I'm
people get brand new ones and pull out everything.
See
Like,
yeah.
I
why?
guess they just want to
Swear,
make it feel like more homey. But I'm like, why you
dumb
just didn't
money.
go to an older one?
Because they
And
got
get
dumb
Yeah.
that?
money.
Because
They
also
got dumb
too,
money.
especially a lot of times with people with their first one, their this is only for financing. I'm not talking about if you pay cash, great, rip it up. Because thing is,
Yeah.
those people you can sell that for more value
Yeah.
when you do it yourself. But when you're financing, you already lose 10 to 15% as soon as you come off the lot, and
Mhm.
then you're in there tearing it up. And they'll ask you, hey, do you have the bunks that you took out? No, I threw those away. Okay, well, we're gonna take off $500
Yeah.
because this
Hmm.
is
That's what he
amortized
said
the
about
bunk.
mine. I had
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
intentions of purchasing a new one, but he asked me about mine now. He's like, yeah, have you ever lived in a camper? I was like, yeah, actually, I live full time in my camper. And then I'm telling him, everything that I've done to it. And he was like, well, it says here that you have a 290 BH. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, can I see the photos again? I was like, oh, it ain't in there. I have a closet now.
but see,
So, but yeah, they're
yours,
going to take that money off.
you you definitely could sell yours like on Facebook Marketplace, or like you can
Yes.
even keep yours and
Exactly
use it
how
as
it
a
is.
rental. You can use it as a
Yeah.
rental. Like you can make it
Mhm.
as an investment property, put it at somewhere and have it as a rental or something like that. Like
Yeah.
there's so
And
many
that's
options. Like
definitely the goal. I want a newer one, but I definitely, before I sell it, I want to make it more like more of something that someone would purchase. Like I have it set up for me and it's like, okay, I can live with that kind of thing. But when I set it up, I do want to put like some type of door on the closet area so that people can recognize it as a closet. And then the other side of the bunk I kept, but the top is storage and the bottom is for Merlot. So I do want to change out the plywood and make that a bunk again so that that one can continue to be a bunkhouse in a sense. But yeah, that is the goal, to sell it on Facebook Marketplace or something like that, just to update some things first.
Right. And
Makes
and
sense.
that's so like, and I love your videos. If y'all want to truly fall in love with the RV life, please check out Camp Couture's videos. When I saw her videos, I was like, wait a minute now.
She just,
I was like,
it
I'm
just
thinking
gives
like
you
she
like
got
a
the
sense
I
of
feel,
like relaxing too, like
I mean,
just
it's
breathe.
just so like homey. Like you cannot tell that she's in an RV. When I saw like the her whole night routine, and she just takes you through a journey, I'm just sitting there like,
Not take you to.
seriously, it
Thank you,
was.
thank
And
you.
then like Alexis, you're cooking that one video.
Yes.
Playing, I'm sitting there like, I'm saying y'all
I feel like
making
I'm
me.
at home waiting at the kitchen table.
I was gonna do it last night, but I was like, I'm hungry. I didn't even make a
Yeah,
video
that
last
plate you made the other night looks so good.
It did. But see, and that's the thing about RV life. You could, it's still like living it. You're still living life. You're just living it
Exactly.
smaller.
Living small.
You're condensing down because you wanna put money towards other things,
other
traveling or
things.
whatever. You know what I
Like
mean?
look, like that's exactly how I felt this weekend when I told my husband, I was like, you know what, it's time for us to do something because we haven't moved around yet. We stationary, so it's like, you are gonna feel, especially when there's a lot of people in one space, you are gonna feel that. Especially me, I'm the only girl, so I was like, no, we need to do something. I was like, how far is Corpus from us? 2 hours. Okay, I just packed the boys and me some clothes. Come in the house, come pack you some clothes, and we went and took a little trip. I'm
That's
not saying
nice.
we couldn't had did it when we was up in our apartment, but it would have took more planning. I couldn't just randomly say, "Hey, let's go do
Yeah.
this."
And then,
Now that we saving and stuff, we could do it.
and that too, and I feel like when you are in an RV life, it makes you get out and do more, because when you're at
Yes.
home, you just kind of get stuck in your I'm at home.
Exactly.
But then when you're like in it, because you're especially if you don't, we're semi stationary. We're not completely mobile.
Same.
We don't
Yep.
move around. We move around maybe twice a year. So when we get somewhere, we're already like, ooh, what are we
What
gonna
is
do
it
when we
to
get
do?
here?
Yeah, let me get into my new routine. What's the local coffee shop around? Like
You want to be
Exactly, like
outside. You don't want to just be in the house, and that's what I love so
exactly.
far.
And I'll sit outside in a second in my hammock. Like I
We
wouldn't
know
even.
that
my
hammock,
husband.
that hammock is a vibe.
I need to give you one. I need to give
Look,
you one.
I,
That'll be
when
my
I saw
safe
that,
place.
when I saw that on Amazon, I was like, it's in my storefront. Innocent plug, but it's a 2-in-1. It could be a chair and a hammock, or a hammock, and then it's portable because I could break it down and then carry it with me.
Oh, the
So it's
chair,
not
so
like
like you could sit, like if you pull it
yeah, you
closer.
bring in the arms and it gives you, so you have two actual pieces that you sit on. So there's one that's a chair, and then there's a piece that's the actual hammock, and you just bring in the arms based off you want, and then when it's time to travel, you just fold the arms down. It goes into the little carry bag.
Talk to my girl because she
Send
got
me
so
the
many videos in that hammock.
Yeah, and the
I,
ham. That's why I said I can be outside, leave the boys. Y'all go play. Like,
yes,
I need
it's real. It's so relaxing, and it's like I've always wanted a hammock. And it's like everywhere we go, we don't have trees. So I was like, okay, what else can I look into? So I started just looking up, and I saw there was like this $1,500 hammock that's kind of the same, but it's like one of those like aesthetically, it's like it's
Oh
round
yeah.
and it's like so. And I'm like, I don't have $500, so can I get one
I'm
for
just trying to get
$98?
It's getting
I'll take
packed
the
up and
98.
thrown in my undercarriage. We don't need to spend all of
Thank
that
you.
kind of
Right,
money.
I'm sitting on it. Why do I need to
It
pay
might
$500?
accidentally get rained on and tossed across the parking lot. I don't.
Yeah, you never know. So yeah, it I feel like RV life makes you find your peace. It helps you find your peace. It helps you find your, like with my husband retiring, like he did not think of this lifestyle. So when we were first looking at RVs, he had no idea. And then we have a house that we still rent out, but it's like all of our kids are grown now. So we're in that house, and he's like, I'm in one room, and it's depressing. Like, I don't want to be in this big space by myself. With me being over the road truck driver, he was still in the military, so he could not travel with me all the time. And then when we were living on the truck, I'm like, babe, we can live on this. This is literally a box. This is literally the size of a bathroom on an RV.
If you could do the truck life, you could definitely do RV life.
You can do, yeah. I was
And
just
I'm
about to
like,
say that. Our van life, yeah.
yeah, we could do. Yeah, we realized we can't do van life because we had an RV that was the size of a van. We're like, nah,
Yeah.
not for us, not
I
for
don't
us,
think I
Yeah.
could
because
do it. It's just the
I think
ceiling. Now, they're so nice, and I
they
follow a
have,
lot of like RV, van and
The,
bus people, but
I was about to
my
say the
ceilings are
the
already
buses.
short. Yeah, my ceilings
yeah,
are
and the
already
crazy,
short, and I need to post that. I've had a couple
yeah,
people who think I'm taller
We
than I
can't do
am.
short ceilings. My husband too tall. That was one of his requirements. So he was like, I need to be able to walk comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of like, and I have an older camper, so mine are kind of short. But I was saying I gotta pose a question, on my page because a lot of people are thinking I'm taller than I am. So I might have to play a little game. See how tall
Hmm.
y'all think I really am. I don't know because I've gotten that, and I said, "You think I'm how high? What? I was like, "Y'all
yeah,
gassing me. Wait a minute."
But
that's
to go back
funny.
to the topic, if anybody is looking to finance, I say just make sure you got good credit or
Yep,
at least good enough credit because they will take certain credits, but you're gonna have to pay more.
that.
Um, and income, your income is important too.
And
Mm,
also too, if you're doing it full time, if you're doing, this is only for my full time people, make sure if you're in the process of selling your house or you want to sell your house, don't sell your house until you secure your financing for your RV. I know that because there is a young lady that's dealing with that right now in our group, and I've heard this
mm,
before, that
Oh yeah.
this is partly why we held on to our house, is because we didn't want to, we knew we were going to upgrade our RV, and we're like, okay, even if we decide to officially sell it, let's not sell it until we actually get into our next RV, because financing is a lot harder. Now, it's not impossible, but then you would have to come in with like 60-70% of down payment versus
Yes.
10%, because they
yeah,
want to see you having like a residence, that type of thing. So
Hmm.
gotcha.
that was a good topic to talk about. So the next one is how to begin trip planning a trip and apps to use.
I
So
think
I
Amber
guess,
got that one because I haven't
Amber
went nowhere.
gotta take that one because you got a whole
God, I
planner.
plan a trip on a plane.
hey, it's not too much different, but you do have to pay attention to, and that's kind of going to segue into our next topic. But I use a couple of apps that I actually will put up here for planning a trip. So here's one that is called Passport America. It's 50% off camping if you need places to stay. That one's get 4 months free. You can screenshot that. I'll also link them later on towards the end. But the one thing that I will say for planning trips is this app right here. It's called RV Life. Um, and it's a way to plan your entire trip. I will put the QR code up here for people that need to have a QR code so that you can take directly to the app. And basically, it's a trip planner. It's like an all-in-one. It will plan all your gas stops. It will plan all of your campgrounds. It tells you what's going on at the campgrounds. It tells you like how much it's going to potentially cost if you have to take tolls. You put your specs to your RV in the app,
Mhm.
and it will basically route you on RV safe roads. And then that's the free part. And then if you want to do the trip wizard and do the RV GPS, RV GPS, instead of buying $500-600 for GPS, we don't use it. We don't use RV routing enough to need to make the big investment because we're not so mobile right now. So the RV life has its own GPS that it lets you plan your route, and it works well if you're an Apple girly like me, and I know my sisters are Apple girlies. So if you have Apple CarPlay in your car, it works with Apple CarPlay, so it integrates your maps that way, and you can plug in your gas, your rest area, your campgrounds, and it's a really good way to just travel. That is how we plan our trip. And actually, we got to plan our trip up to Michigan. We leave out next month from
Oh,
Texas, so that's going to be a whole process. Uh, we don't travel, like I said, as often, so um, we don't do spur of the moment trips. I know a lot of people do spur of the moment trips, or they travel a lot more frequently. So it takes me a little bit more time to plan because I want to make sure that I'm covering all the areas that we're going to stop in, and making sure that we try not to drive no more than 250 miles a day, just because it's a lot on towing, um, it's a lot on driving, it's a lot on everything. So especially if
yeah.
you don't have all of us have towable vehicles. We don't have any that are girl, you look. You are the you
And
have
look, I keep trying to
kids.
mute it too.
Don't girl, don't mute it. That's part of RV life. People have to get used to that. They have to see what it's like. They have to see what it's like to have kids.
I know the call when he got stuck in the bathroom had me dying. I was like, that is so real.
That's hilarious. I wish
And
you could
then
have
know
made
how
it.
to unlock the door. He know how to lock it and unlock it. So I gotta watch him now.
Oh goodness. Oh gosh. But but yeah, so I say RV life. We use Harvest Host as well for like overnight stay. And I love Harvest Host. My husband loves Harvest Host. If he loves like beers and like distilleries and stuff like that, wineries. It's basically it's like dry camping and like at businesses. So we'll definitely have to go do another episode into that. So that's just how to begin planning a trip. First of all, basically figure out where you want to go. Then I would say the only app I've ever used, I'm kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, I've only used one app to plan my trips, so I don't have any other experience with any other apps outside of Harvest Host. So I can't really speak on how other people plan their trips. This is just based off of what I say is easiest for me because everything's included. So RV Life app. If you go to my socials, it's in my bio. You can look on. I have a whole bunch of discount links. Just yeah. So I'll get off of that one because that one is it was a question that is it's really hard to really answer because everybody plans their trips differently, and
Yeah.
some people plan like we're going for work. Some people plan for like luxury. Like, are you trying to go to national parks, which we haven't been to yet? Are you trying to um, go to specific events? Are you trying to travel a certain highway? Like you want to see like a trail or some type of like the Route 66 or stuff like that. Um, are you trying to go out of the country? Trying to go into Canada? You trying to go to Alaska? You trying to go to Mexico? So it really starts off where you want to go from there. But I say RV Life app. That's all I need to say. Everything that you need to know is there. They have tips. They have all kinds of things, maintenance. They have all. I mean, just get the app. That's all I got to say on that. So
Get it.
weekly topic number 3. How to avoid
I
sundown
actually
town.
just saw their video right before we did our test for this.
Mm-hmm.
And they have put they posted a video like talking about it, like it's kind of like their ad for it. I thought that was really cool. Like in the video, like they say, like it's sad that we even have to talk about something like that, but the fact that we are creative enough and such a community based, like just for each other, that something
Yeah.
like this was created is just go us, go us.
So first, for
Sad.
some people that don't know what a sundown town is, sundown town is where people that look like us are not welcomed. They do still exist. I have actually encountered one when I was a truck driver. Uh, the when I was backing in my trailer and the guy came to check me in, he was like, "Hey," he's like, "I'm not trying to scare you." He's like, "But if we don't get you loaded by a certain time, you are safe on our lot. But if you are driving out of here, do not stop at the truck stops within the 5-mile radius. Wait until you're about a good hour and a half outside the city before you stop, because if they see who you are, you may have some issues." He didn't go into many details, but as we know we can read between the lines, and that's all I need to say is they still exist, and it's sad. So yeah, there's places that we are still not welcome, and it's unfortunate. Oh no, what you do? What you do to him?
You better you. I'm coming to Texas.
Him and the dog was fighting.
You back like
Mhm.
He a
Like
little
you like
crazy. I think he need a nap.
probably. He getting
yeah.
cranky. He getting cranky.
I said no
So
way.
Did you talk about was it the app that you was telling me about?
the green book,
That
Yes.
tell
yeah,
you how to
that's
You got the QR
yeah,
code at the top.
yeah. I put the QR
get the
code up
app,
there.
y'all.
Yeah, so screenshot it later. That way you can take a picture of it. But it's basically called the Green Book app. I'm not sure if you ladies have had a chance to look at it yet
Nope.
and play around with it. But it's not just for RV life. It's for traveling anywhere in the world.
Yes.
It's created by a Black creator. He developed it for us to be able to travel safely. There is a free version and there's a premium version. And I would definitely say it's definitely worth. I think it's like for the year. I think it's like $40 a year. It's definitely worth it for your safety. But it's also a community in there. You can communicate right directly through the app. So you can post messages. People can respond. That type of stuff. Um, but
I love that. Not even just for RV life, but just like traveling in general. I travel a lot for work. Anything over 400 miles we have to fly. So when I'm going back and forth to the states that we do work in, I'm driving by myself. And usually, if I know that the event is going to be late at night, I'll just stay the night and leave the next day. But this is something that I never would have thought to use because I'm like a very punctual, like, give me a time frame, give me time when I need to be there so I can get checked in and have time to freshen up and all those things. So I'm never thinking about a sundown town because I don't like being anywhere at night anyway because I can't see.
Me neither.
So I don't have great eyesight anyway. So having something like this, especially as a solo traveler and just solo in general and traveling by yourself, driving up and down the streets, that this is something good to have.
Yes, it is.
Because that's the last thing you would want to worry about. Aside from just the regular hustle and bustle of the day and crazy people driving somewhere and having to get stopped, anything is like,
Cam Couture,
what?
Professor X. I know we know who Professor X is. He said he would go right through sundown town.
Well, no, but who's gonna jack him? Like, he's like, this is why it's like, rolling with sisters. We have to be concerned about that.
Oh my god,
We have to be concerned about that. Nobody is trying to take his 6'4" huge self. Well, you got it, sir. Back up.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's funny. But yeah, I those are really good tips. Um,
Your other life has ended.
yeah, I ended the live because it didn't look right.
Okay.
It just was bothering me. Share tips. Okay, so our mod sister said share some tips, stories, and lessons. So do we have? I just shared a story for the sundown town. Do you have any tips or stories from the other topics? If we need a refresher, I can put those up.
Yes. Let's do the rest of that.
So we already talked about approved for financing. Y'all really didn't travel, so haven't really planned to travel. So any more thing about sundown towns, regardless if it's in RV life or not?
Not really.
Not really about the sundown town. Just be vigilant. I mean, trust your own judgment for things. Especially as a solo traveler, just go with your gut.
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel safe, get out
Exactly.
there. If you're in a comfortable position and you know that things are gonna go fine, you trust your judgment no matter what. As a solo traveler,
I agree. And
it feels like the slightest thing.
Get them babies about.
Yeah, there you go. As a mother, yeah. So just trust your judgment.
So this next topic, Camp Couture, this is going to be definitely up your alley because I think you had just wanted to talk about this before. How to set up and take down and what's the...
Oh. Yeah, okay, so that was from the Facebook group. Did she ever respond of what part she was talking about? Was it like pulling off or setting up to stay?
She didn't. I don't think she ever responded. But I did put a list in there and I said it really can be whatever order you want, but I always tell people to set up the outside first because when you get inside, the only thing that you want to do if it's hot, get that AC going, because if it's hot, you want to be cooling off while first thing you plug up is your electric. Go ahead and plug up that electric so you can get that AC going. Outside of that, I don't want to set up the inside and be like, dang, I still got to go outside and set up. I feel like I have the most energy. The outside takes the longest to me to set up because you got to set up 3 different areas. You got your electric, your water, and then your sewer. Those all take connections, Whereas inside, all you're doing is, okay, let me put my computer back. Let me, unplug. Let me plug up certain things. Let me put things back on the table. That type of stuff. It's not as difficult. So.
Yeah. As far as, I didn't know that's what she was meant, but yeah, as far as that, it's kind of like your own routine of how you want things to go. Definitely set up your electric first, like you said, your water, sewer. If you're hooking up to sewer line, those things are just come like as you go. I thought she meant like when you're backing into your spot or pulling through and you're setting up that way. Now that is what I meant like with the recording part, because I recorded how to do it first, and then I'll like casually go back and look at the video like, okay, what's next, what's this. I've had instances where I've had to like call for help in the middle of it, like this, I swore I did this right and things are moving that shouldn't be moving. So that's the part where it's like I just had to record each set. And even if I'm like doing it for a video or just for my own knowledge, I'll set my camera up and I record the whole thing start to finish. And the thing is, I do it every time because I forget every time. There's always a step where I'm like, oh no, this needed to be pulled or this needed pulled. And then when you're taking off, same thing. I record taking down. When we get to like a stop sign or a stoplight or whatever, and there's nobody around me, I get up, get out of my truck. I check all the lights around my camper. I check to make sure nothing is pulled, because that has happened to me before. I've gone through an intersection and there was a dip and everything kind of like the bars or whatever on the bottom came off. So like, just you want to make sure like when you're pulling it and you're going through a stoplight or a stop sign or whatever, and there's no one around you, to just check everything. Yeah. Even if you're just like, you just pulled off from your space and you did a double check. Once you get to moving, things start moving. So just check it again. And it's just having a mental checklist. Like same as you, I'm semi-stationary. So I still have to go around areas that I do work in. So I can't be too far from our offices. So we're in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. So when I start going to the South Carolina area, which is much further away, I want to make sure that I'm checking every single part, double checking it, because I'm far from anybody who can assist. And unless we can come up with the app that's like, hey,
I need you right now. I'm at such and such.
Right.
I'm at this. Can you come check me and make sure I'm good before I get back on the road and head back? Yes. Like, just having a mental checklist of what to do. So that's what's my advice would be to record your takedown and your setup each time and just go over it. I do the same thing like with riding horses and stuff. I record it so that way later on I can look at it again. I can hear what she's saying that I'm doing wrong and I redo it. So just like in the video for camping, record it, like, oh, I missed a step, or I should have done this, or this was loose because I missed that, or whatever. Just record it. That would be my best advice. But as far as like the setting up on the inside and the water and sewer and stuff like that, it's just I just kind of, I'm be honest. Sometimes I don't record because I know I'm gonna do something that somebody will be like, you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, it's working.
Right. Exactly.
It's up there. Yeah. And that's I may not have done this before that, but it's working. The only thing I do in order is making sure my truck is hooked up to this trailer correctly. Everything else is like,
yeah. Everybody says like you have, checklist. I mean, I have checklists for certain things, but you kind of start building up a momentum. Like you kind of, but I did, if you join our group, I did put some checklists in our group of like if you just want an idea of how to get started and all that stuff. It can be a little overwhelming, a little bit intimidating. So I know, Alexis, you guys are y'all still on the hunt for your tow vehicle?
Yes.
So that's something you'll have to definitely get used to and have all the headaches. Yeah. I will say this.
We're gonna drop down just to that truck too. So that's gonna be like the only vehicle.
Yeah. I will say this though. It's gonna test your marriage. It is. Not in a bad way. Just how you communicate with each other, because you're gonna be like, he's not listening to me or she's not listening to me. And it's like, so, and it's not saying that's how you're going to be, but I'm just saying.
Oh, no, it might be like that. I'm a Virgo. I like things a certain way, so.
I can't speak of marriage, but I will say having a truck is a whole personality.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a truck girl through and through. You can't tell me nothing. Either move or get moved.
There you go. I feel like
you can't tell me nothing.
You're not from Texas, because I feel like that's the mentality with people with their trucks down here in Texas. Like, if you ain't got a truck,
love my truck. When I got that truck, it's a whole, like, when I say, so my truck is black and pink.
Oh, okay.
I did all of the little decals and stuff on there. When I say FU 150 from by Tanner Adele is my whole theme song. Like, do not play with me in my truck. Like, and then I'm still in corporate or whatever, and I still, go to events and stuff like that. So I'm dressed in all my. This one girl I follow on Instagram. She's always in a suit and heels, and she'll jump down from her 250, and it's all lifted. I said, that's what you want. Don't play with me in my truck. I'm getting out this truck in heels, and you can't tell me nothing about it.
Ooh, I don't like feeling like I'm so little in a car. I be scared.
It's gonna change. Like when I had to drive my aunt's car one day, and I was like, I feel like I'm on the ground. Like I don't like this. Like I will never go back to a car.
A car.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
see
I
what
would
I
def-
Oh,
it's
my
gonna be
truck club. My truck club is in the chat. BTS baby.
yes.
BTS
But I
baby.
will say this for sure. It's a groove on how to. It's really how what fits for you guys. Like, I don't want to do gender roles and say women do this, women do that. I just know typically my husband sets up the outside. I set up the inside only because he doesn't really want to deal with setting up the inside. I will
Mhm.
help him set up the outside. Now I have said I will do the sewer if I absolutely have to, but I'll say I'll hook up the
Or you're like
water.
taking it
I'll,
apart and stuff.
huh?
Like when
Your
you about to
face,
leave
like taking it
it
apart.
apart.
Like I didn't hear you. I'm so sorry.
Like so when you about to like leave to what is it? Taking it down, basically,
Yeah,
for the
either
sewer
or.
when you gotta take it apart and yeah, see,
Oh,
I
we
empty it.
yeah, I'll empty it, but like so what we do is we do a really good flush for about a good 30 minutes of
Hmm.
like so this is a formula you might want to write it down too, ladies. We learned this from called Clean Tank. They are a company that actually comes to professionally clean your tank, but they said there's things that you can do to help keep your tank clean. Calgon bath beads, dollar store, pine sol, and you put that
Yeah.
in a bottle and some water. You put that in a bottle, you shake it up, put it in your tank, fill your water tank up with water, let it sit for a little while, and it will help break down a lot of that stuff. So once you do that, you do like maybe 2 rounds of that. So you do one when it's you just flushed it, so now you're just trying to get the residue out. Let that go out, and then the next time you do it, it should be 90% clean. And you just let that, you just do that a couple times before you we do that usually right before we leave a site and we're getting ready to go to the next place. So that
Oh,
way, when we're driving down the road, the tank is shaking all the stuff loose. So when you go to
Yeah.
open your toilet, it stinks. And also keep a little bit of water in your black tank when you're traveling.
Yes.
Not,
Keep the water
not
in your.
don't yeah, don't keep excrement, but just like some
Mhm.
water, because
yeah.
that way it kind of absorbs some of that smell.
Yep.
Because whew, we
Getting
made that
warmer.
mistake. Yes, we made that mistake traveling one time. We was going from we were coming back from Utah back to Missouri. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
We were over that. I was
Oh,
like,
my
oh wait
question
a minute.
is, I know we got other questions, but a good question is, and it's probably good for like the people out there too. How long do y'all do for y'all travel days? Do y'all do like the full route or do y'all split them in half?
Oh no,
For driving,
Mm-hmm.
right.
oh, the furthest I've gone is 3 hours, so I can't even tell
3 hours.
you.
But that's actually a good number. Some people do. There's a 3-3-3 rule, and usually they say drive no more than 3 hours at a time before you take a break. Arrive at your campground before three
Yeah.
o'clock. Always and don't drive
Uh-huh.
no more than 300 miles a day.
Yeah.
Those are just the 3-3-3 rule. So
Mm-hmm.
we do 250 to 280 miles because even though that's roughly 4.5 5 hours when you're towing, it's a lot less.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you move
So
slower, right?
yeah, you're gonna be going slower. So I say we try not to do no more than 5 hours or 250 to 280, just depending. Um, and then that's why I said that's where trip planning and route planning comes in handy because you already know. That's why I like RV life because I can plan my route and it tells me how many miles to the next place,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and tell me like uh, I can see the weather on there. I can do all kinds of stuff. So I would say whatever your comfort level is. I've seen people that do 8 hour days. You have kids, baby. Don't do that.
Oh no, I don't, and
Oh,
I'm not doing 8 hours.
look, 2 hour
I
little
drove eight
ride
hours
back
to
there
Georgia, but
had me
pulling a
going.
camper, nah.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. They
it's
be
a lot of
talking.
yeah, and then
I'm
you got to
like,
think
oh
about
my god.
all the stops you have to make.
All the
That's gonna make
stops, yes.
you have
Potty
kids.
break.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to get something to eat. It just and then you may have an issue on the road, so you got to add that into it. Um, so I would definitely say your comfort level, but I say for me 5 hours is the most in a day that we will travel.
That's basically
Uh,
what we said we'll do, about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
we try to stop around 2 in the afternoon. We get up as early as we can, so we try to pull out by no later than 8 o'clock in the morning. But we're usually up by 6, 7, and
Mm-hmm.
we pull out and be done by 2. That way we can kind of relax a little bit before
Yeah.
we have to do the same thing the next day. Like our trip from here to Michigan is going to take us 6 days
Mm-hmm.
because it's 1,300 miles. So we're breaking it up, so it's not so like, oh my gosh, this is so much
Yeah.
driving. It's so much,
That
yeah. And then
reminds me of like when you're so we're both like semi stationary, and Alexis, you're stationary. When you go to another campsite, right? Like just to check something out, you're here. I'm dying. Okay, so you're in your space now, right? And I'm living in it. So I'm like I saw a post of Wild Out or Way Out West, and they were talking about, stationary. Are you a really a RVer if you just live in it? Blah blah blah. That mess. But anyway, so I live in mine. I go to work every day. I do my regular routine. When I go to a different campsite, right? I am up so early. Like I'm there, for fun. So like I'm camping or whatever. Like I have a paddleboard competition coming up, and I'm staying there that weekend. I know I'm gonna be up and ready to go. Like let's just do things. Living in it on a day to day and going to work, I'm like, I do not want to get out of this bed. You cannot make me. Are y'all like that? Do you go to a different site and you're just like, oh my gosh, like I'm camping, I'm having fun. Oh, but the whole time you actually do live in it, like every day, and does that change anything for you?
um um so I was at my mom, I was asking my mom sister what time she had to leave. um I would say yes. I on travel days, I'm up at the crack of dawn. I am. Heck, it's not even just travel days. When I get to a new campground, I'm like, oh, it's a new campground. Oh,
Yes. Heidi,
oh,
hello,
gotta,
camper.
hello, yes, let's go see what we can do. Like
Yeah.
we've been here for so long now. It's like okay, we didn't. It's like
Mm-hmm.
okay, whatever. But also too, one other thing too is that that's hard about being in. Like, I don't mind being stationary. We've been stationary before, but the thing is, this is not a typical campground.
Right.
So yes, everybody said, oh, I love the private lots. Yes,
I love your
private lots
private
are
lot.
great,
I do too.
but if you're not like a permanent resident, to me, I feel like it desensitizes you. It almost makes you like, not to say there's nothing wrong, people living in homes and have the neighborhood, but it's no different than that. Everybody stays to themselves.
Yeah.
Being in the campground, I miss being able to, hey, so and so's having a cookout. Bring some chicken. Bring
Right.
whatever. Come on over. Let's sit around the campfire. Let's go to the pool. They don't even have a
Yeah.
pool here. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it makes more for. It's already hard to be. It's somewhat lonely in the RV life. So having that congregation of people and just kind of doing stuff, it really makes
Makes it
it's
better
yes, and that's why I
because
love
we
work.
had two neighbors, but they both was military families, and they already gone, and they was so
Um,
cool. One of them had a set of boys the same age as my youngest, so he was playing with them. Then the other family, they had a daughter that was the same age as my oldest, and they was playing. And I'm like, dang, everybody gone now. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
you're
yeah, and,
right.
that,
Where
and
we
that's
going?
yeah, both sides of me. RVs are gone, but that's the other part too with kids too. That's something that we have to talk about in our next live is how do you deal with the goodbyes and how do your kids handle it. That's all. I know that's a whole nother. We haven't really had that many people talk about it, but I feel like it's a topic that's not addressed enough. But granted, it makes them. I feel like it builds them up a little bit better to deal with building friendships because they meet
Yes.
new people, but then they get attached to people and then they have to leave and it's like they get sad, and how do they deal with that? But I feel like in the long run, it will help build character, feeling like, oh, it's not goodbye, it's see you later, that type of thing.
Yeah, because my
Right.
oldest, my oldest and my husband are just alike. They both social butterflies. I am not. Like
Mm-hmm.
it takes me a while, but I speak. Like if I see, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Tell them my name and it. No, not my son and my husband. They over there. They already planning stuff, cooking, sharing toys, and I'm just in here like,
So I told you this RV life and military life have so many similarities.
They do.
Like
they
They
do.
do.
like you said, the goodbyes, and you got the different communities of people, the kids meeting each other and going in different places, and then you get to share like, oh, we've been at this campsite, we've been to that campsite, and then
Yep.
even the smaller groups, you got military wise, got blue collar wise, like everything is so similar, but the common denominator for all of it is that there's always a community
It's okay.
of bouncing the ideas off of each other, of learning new things, of learning new routines, how to adapt to different things. So
Yes, I agree.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. That's all for the
and then
topics that,
there's
oh,
that.
so you said what?
No, I was saying, but also there's not, the black community part of it too, like having that
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah, that's the hardest part. I feel like is not having the black community, not having not being able to, like, I feel like with with us, because we don't have the small kids aspect, so we kind of don't have that. But I have connected with someone on the road, and it, because I was military, I was able to deal with it. But it's like you really have to put the effort in to maintain these friendships if they really mean something to you. You know what I mean? I feel like we have never met. None of us have actually met in person. But I feel
I'm
like
coming to Texas.
okay, come on, we
I'm
please.
coming.
I'm trying
We
to
only
come
gonna
out
be
there. I'm trying to
we only
leave
gonna
Texas.
right.
Oh, you
We
trying
only
to come to
gonna
North
be
Carolina, right? Yeah.
yeah. We only gonna be in Texas for a few more weeks. So
Oh yeah, y'all are leaving for your next
Oh yeah,
work camp, right?
Michigan.
yeah.
Oh
I mean,
dang.
Aw.
yeah, but it's
I'm gonna
okay because
We'll have to meet in the middle. We'll have to just find a space and be like, hey, we're all bringing our campers to this one
and that's
space.
the thing. Like that's what on the Facebook group people were talking about doing a meetup, and it's like someone want to do on the Northeast. If we want to do in California, I'm like I don't know how that's gonna work. Oh,
I'll put one in the Facebook group too. I'll share it over there because I did see one that
I don't know who the is a certain dang it, what's their names? It's like Too Short or something like that on TikTok. Um they started following me from one of y'all pages. But I like they stuff. I wish I can find their name. They do like a lot of trail rides and stuff.
oh,
Have
that's
y'all seen
definitely
them?
no. That's probably hers because she's probably into trail. I don't have people that do trail rides.
I gotta figure out their name. But yes, I'll be watching. I asked the husband. I was like, okay, I need to figure out where y'all be having these rides at and what be going on because they show everything like everything there's basically black people. It's and then everybody got like shops and he shows like what everybody's selling and how it's just a good time out there. And that's kind of like some of the, like the stuff that I want to do like come on, let's go to the side. Let's support. Let's buy from these different vendors and stuff. So I really like that. I gotta find his name again.
Yeah.
I thought I knew it.
I'm trying to find the one that I saw early one, and they had RVs on the flyer and everything. And it was similar to a trail ride, but it wasn't. And they were like, "Come out," and it was in North Carolina. I thought I screenshot it. I know I saw it on Facebook though, but when I find it, I'll put it in. But they were like, "Come
Remember
out
you were
with your
saying that was all
campers."
the topics.
But they were like, "Come out with your campers."
Huh?
That was all the topics for tonight.
Yeah, I try to just do 4 because I feel like we get give like
Yo,
about
just
5.
keep talking.
Yeah, we could literally talk all night, But I try to
Last time
get
we
it
were
down to
splitting up a
where we're
second
doing it.
class.
Right? I actually don't. I didn't even. I'm slacking. I didn't even get it. I didn't. I literally. I had enough.
I think I was done on the first topic, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
But now it's time to get into the question, the Q&A part. So these are just some questions, like I said, that people have been asking in the group, or that I've just been seeing very common across everyone's social medias. So first one is, how do you get mail on the road?
Everything
I use
is
a
sent to
PO
my
box right now.
parents, to be honest. I sent it
Okay.
to my parents' house.
Everybody has different ways. So we actually use a mail service, and it comes in handy for us because they can open. We give them notarized permission to basically open our mail. It scans into an app, and then it says if it's something important, like if it's like something from Social Security or something from IRS, or we don't have them open that up because of course we don't want them to have that information. But they scan it, and we can either say we want them to destroy it, or they can send it to us. They also get all of our packages. If we're at a place that we can't get mail, like our next work camping place, we cannot get mail at that location. They already made that clear. So we typically will get a post office, a PO box where we're at, and then we'll have our mailbox forward all of our stuff there. We like that because, well, we're already domiciled in Florida because of our house, but it was an easy thing to have because it also, if you don't have an actual residence, it recognizes it like DMV, car insurance or RV insurance, all these banks, healthcare places, they recognize that as an actual residence. So it helps when you have to have things for legal purposes. So there's also called escapees, and there's other ones because there's 3 states where you can domicile right now, which is in South Dakota. So if you have to become a permanent resident, and which if we ever did become a permanent resident of another state, would be Texas because they don't have state income tax. So that's important for filing your taxes and everything like that. So that's how we get mail multiple ways though. We do PO box if we need to, our personal RV mailbox, virtual RV mailbox is sometimes called. If we're at a campground like we're at now, we can get mail here, but we don't get anything that's like a bill or like a subscription. Like we get like packages or
Yeah.
our mail box forwards our mail here. Yeah. Also too, Amazon lockers. If you guys do a lot of Amazon purchases, Amazon lockers are another way to, because it's free. Usually you have about 3 days to pick it up. So if you're en route and you're going somewhere, you know you're going to be there for a little bit and you just want to pick up something, but you're not going to be there long enough to wait 3 or 4 days, you can schedule it like 2 days in advance to be delivered at the Amazon locker. It's in a secure place. Nobody can take it. So it keeps it protected from the weather. So those are just multiple options. So you have a PO box and you have your parents. That's awesome because there's other options of being able to get mail on the road.
Yes.
Okay, so our mod sis is telling us it's time to wrap it up. That's what she does. She's got to keep us on time. We did start a little late today though. We did.
Yes.
So are we going to come back next week?
Yeah, what, next Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Yes,
What day is next Tuesday?
The 22nd, I believe.
22nd. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I know the last month, or the last week of the month, I'll be on a work trip, but I'm good for next week.
Okay, that's fine because that last week of that last Tuesday, I probably won't be able to be available either because we got to pack up to go on vacation and then get ready to go on a cruise. So I probably won't be available for like 2 Tuesdays in a row.
Yeah, it's vacation time.
Hey.
Yes.
Okay, I got to plan me one. Everybody that went on a vacation.
Time for you to see. There you go. There's the reason.
There you go. Yeah. But hopefully you guys, we could all do. You guys can still go on and host without me. You guys got this. I have.
Now you got all the tech stuff set up.
Yeah. I was just about to say that we just need the links.
Okay, yeah. And I'll go ahead and just set up everything. So all you have to do is go live, and that's it. Like you don't have to do nothing else. Everything will already be pre-programmed.
We love you, Amber. Cheers to Amber.
Cheers to everybody. You know.
Yes.
We thank you guys for joining us. I will send you ladies the clips of this live so you can do whatever you need to do to put it on your socials. But this was fun. This was fun. Make sure you thank you ladies for Alexis, thank you for this amazing idea. You know,
yes.
We definitely have to do this again, and we also have to make sure that we have everyone's follow us on our socials. So
yes. TikTok is a hater, and I can't
go follow.
Oh yes, please follow Camp Couture. Please on TikTok.
Drop her link one more time.
TikTok does not like me. I cannot go live because I don't have enough followers.
I have to actually do it. I'm actually gonna do it on TikTok. We're going. Professor X is asking us a question. We're gonna have to hit that question next week, asking about mechanical issues on the road, wheels, brakes, and things like that. We're definitely gonna have to do that next week.
That's a good question. Yeah,
that is a good question. So, I'm gonna put Camp Couture. I'm gonna put you in the chat real quick so that.
Yes, please follow me, guys. TikTok doesn't like me.
It's not that they don't like you; they just don't know you. That's all.
Yeah,
they jealous.
That's you.
They jealous. They
don't know you yet.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. So, but thank you to, yes, all the ladies have their links in the bios. If you go to our YouTube channel for Rolling with My Sisters, all of our links are in that social media page. So let me put that up one more time, real quick.
And thanks to Addie.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
she is on it when it comes to this type of stuff. She is. That's what I was like. I need to definitely have her moderate because she moderates on all kinds of things all the time. I can't find it. Where is it? There it is. So just follow that right there, YouTube, Rolling with My Sisters, and definitely join our movement. Follow us, and we're here to have a good time and just kind of network and everything.
Yep.
Ladies, you stay behind. I'm just gonna end the stream. I just for real quick,
I feel
but
like we're on a Zoom call.
right, but it's
I had
family.
too many today. You guys stay behind. I'm like, ugh.